Hey guys, we're back at it. We're going to be doing another tutorial today. My name is Nicole and I'm the owner of Willow Mint Props. If you're not familiar with me or my brand, you can check me out on all your favorite social media platforms. So, today's tutorial is going to be about making hair accessories. I love making little bows on clips so that you can put them in your hair, or especially for my daughters, they like wearing clips too. So that's what we're going to be making today. Alright, so let's get into the supplies. Now, of course, you're going to need ribbon. That's the obvious thing. We're going to be making ribbon bows. I decided to go with a lace, but the most popular ribbon to use to make these bows on the hair clips is called gross grain. Yeah, I almost messed that word up. That word is a tongue twister. But I actually have the gross grain ribbon in the smaller form, and this is what we're going to use to wrap the actual bow. So what is gross grain, you ask? It is a thicker ribbon that has ridges in it. So I'm going to do a zoom in on this so you can kind of see what gross grain is, and that way you know what to pick out. But I will also have links in the about box so that if you want to purchase it on Amazon, you've got the links. And we're also going to need these metal clips. You can get these at a beauty supply store or Walmart. You know, most places carry these. And I'll also leave a link as well. So what we're going to do is wrap these with ribbon so that they are not as sharp for little kids. And so you're going to have two sizes. You're going to have your 1.5 inch ribbon, and you're going to have this one, which is 3/8 inch ribbon. You're going to need your trusty scissors, or if you have a rotary blade and a cutting mat, you can use that as well. And we're going to be playing with fire today, but just remember, kids, no playing with fire. Parents, if you're going to do this with your kids, of course you must supervise. So we're going to have this here, or if you have any matches or anything like that, and a tea light. Why are we doing this? We're going to burn the ends of our gross grain ribbon to make sure that it doesn't fray and come apart. And last but not least, you will need a glue gun so that we can glue everything together. Alright guys, so let's get started. We're going to talk about measurements. We need to cut our ribbon. Now, I went ahead and cut my ribbon, but I'm going to tell you what you should cut it to. So the part that's going to be making the bow, the fat ribbon, I cut mine to 5 3/4. So I'm going to have that right about here. So 5 3/4 for your fat ribbon. And then we need this part. This is the small part that's going to be going around the center of the bow. And so that I cut as 2 inches. So 2 inches for the center of your bow. Now this longer, skinnier piece is the part that we're going to use to cover the actual clip. And so this one I cut as 4 inches. So those are your measurements. So the ribbon for your clip, 4 inches. For the center of your bow, 2 inches. And for your bow itself, 5 3/4. All right, so once we cut our ribbon, we are actually going to burn the edges so we have everything ready to go so we can make our clip. Now, if you purchased a lace ribbon, which means it says 100% cotton, do not burn this because it will just catch on fire. The only thing that you can burn is the gross grain or anything that is 100% polyester. That means that when you burn the edge of it, it's gonna melt. This is not gonna melt. It's just gonna catch on fire, and you don't wanna burn your house down. So don't put it directly into the fire, because then of course it's going to leave burn marks on it. You just wanna put it close enough to the fire that it melts the very edge. So as you can see, I'm literally just melting the edges so that this doesn't fray when we put it onto our clip. And please be careful, because it can catch on fire if you keep it in the flame or too close to the flame long enough. All right, so I went ahead and I burned all the edges of my skinny ribbons, and now it's time to actually make the bow. So the first step, blow out your candle. The first step is that you're gonna put your bow, your ribbon for your bow, down flat, and you want to fold it in half. So fold it in half perfectly, and you want to press and crease it so that you know where the center of your bow is. All right, so once you crease it, you're going to open it up, and you're going to put a line of hot glue in the center, and you're going to fold the edges over to meet in the center. So I'm putting my glue, and you need to kind of move fast because obviously hot glue dries pretty fast. And see, I am meeting both ends in the center. Now, if you are a crafter like me, my hands are made of steel because I'm constantly using the glue gun, and so I don't have any feeling in my fingertips anymore. I'm just used to it. But please be careful, because you could burn your hands. But yeah, so now we have the beginning of a bow. So pretty much we put the ends in the center, and now we are going to pinch it so that we can make the shape of our bow. So what you want to do is make sure you're on the side where the seam met, and you're going to put a dab of glue in the center, and you are now going to fold it in half long way. And I just press ever so gently to make sure that the glue is nice and flat. And so we're almost there, you guys. So now this is dry. The glue dries pretty fast. And now what we're going to do is open it back up just a little bit, just enough that we can take the ends and bring it back towards the crease that we started with. Okay, so make sure that your crease lines line up, because then you can kind of end up with a twisted bow. So what I like to do is I fold it and I hold it open slightly, and I just tuck the glue gun in so I can put the dabs of glue, and it's already in the spot that I wanted it in, and then I just hold it until it dries. And so again, hot glue dries pretty fast, and voila. So now we have a bow, and now it's time to put the ribbon around it. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside just for a second, because we're going to put the ribbon onto our hair clip. So the way that we start that, and this you kind of gotta move a little fast, because, you know, as I said, the hot glue, it dries really fast. But what we're going to do is put a little slip of glue on the top of this ribbon and we're going to open up our ribbon and just literally let it clamp down onto it, right? So once it clamps down and it's in place, you're going to put glue all the way to the end of this ribbon, fold it all the way over, make sure that it's glued really nice, and then you're going to put a little dab of glue right here and just glue it onto the back. So now we have a ribbon onto our hair clip. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to put that line of glue right there, and very quickly I'm going to put that in the center and allow it to stick onto the top of this thing. Try and make sure that you line it up straight so that it's in the middle. All right, and now I'm going to put glue almost all the way to the end, but not fully to the end. And I'm going to fold this over and try and make sure that I line it up so that it's covering the clip properly. And you can pull off those little glue strings after. All right, and so now we need to put a dab of glue right there so that we can fold it over the back part and glue it into place. So I'm gonna put that little dab of glue right there, fold it over, and just hold it really tight until it dries. All right, so now we officially have our clip, and so super cute. I don't like to put the ribbon on the back. Let me tell you why. I have curly hair, and so if there's ribbon on the top and the bottom of this clip, it's not gonna go in my hair. It just won't, not when it's in a ponytail. So I like this part to not be covered so that it can slip into my hair easily, but at least the top will look cute and you won't see the metal exposed on the top. So now it's time to actually put our bow onto it. So let me remove all these crazy flyaway strings from the glue gun. Now we're gonna put the bow. So put your clip down and try and figure out pretty much where you want it. You want to make sure that it's pretty even, right? And once you figure that out, you're going to take the short ribbon and pretty much place it right where the center of that bow is, right? So now you can lift this up and figure out where this needs to go. So what I'm going to do is put a dab of glue right here on the very tip, and I'm going to open this up and place it right on the under part of this ribbon right here. So now my ribbon is in place and it pretty much looks like a T shape. Okay, and the next step is that I'm going to put a little quick dab of glue on the back of my bow, and I'm just going to put it right in place, right over the ribbon in the T shape. Okay, so it's in place, and now I'm going to put glue on the short ribbon, but not on the very end. So almost all the way to the end, but not quite. All right, so now I'm going to take it and wrap it around, and then I have to open it up. All right, and glue it there. And so if you happen to have a little bit extra, you can trim that off. But if you just want to go ahead and glue it, you can still glue it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the edge of that. and I'm literally just pushing it up. Okay, and there we go. We have our super cute bow. I love this look. I used to do a lot of the gross grain, the polka dot bows, but I really think that these are in right now. This is a crochet style bow, and I think it's really cute, and I think that my daughters will absolutely love this. So I'm gonna make a couple more bows. We'll fast forward, and that way you can see the sets of bows that I make. All right guys, so I finished up my bows. I think they came out super cute. So I have the matching pair here, and then I also have this one, which I think is really cute. I really like this white one. It can go with pretty much anything. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed my crafts, and you can check out more of these videos like this every Wednesday at 2 p.m.